Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa Blake, and congratulations on making it this far in our upgraded self-talk program. Our minds are constantly buzzing with thoughts, but sometimes our thinking patterns are really toxic and they can lead us astray. So today, we're diving into the subject of negative thought patterns and how we can overcome them. So negative patterns are often distorted and irrational, but they have a significant impact on our mood, our well-being, and drive our behavior. So let's take a look at some examples. The first is, if I'm not perfect, I'm a total failure. This is called all or nothing thinking. So it's extreme. It's black or white, one thing or the other, nothing in between. And it can lead to disappointment, self-blame, and unrealistic expectations. The second example is, if I make one mistake, I'll lose my job. This is called catastrophizing. So it's fear-based thinking that plays tricks on your mind. It makes us anticipate the worst possible outcome. It fuels anxiety, and it can make it difficult to make decisions to help us move forward. The third example is, I missed a shot and the team lost because of my mistake. This is personalization, and my personal favorite. It's a style of thinking where we take on all the blame, even for events or situations where we weren't completely in control. It reinforces a belief of personal failure and contributes to low self-confidence and a fear of making decisions or of being wrong, right? Of making a mistake. These thought traps aren't just harmful, they're inaccurate. By falling into them, we may experience increased anxiety, self-doubt, and fear. So the good news, we can overcome them. And this is all part of the work that you've been doing as part of this program. The first thing is to recognize these patterns. What are your personal favorites? What are your tendencies? Where does your mind tend to go when you start having some of these negative automatic thoughts? What are the patterns that you fall into? And by doing that, we can challenge them and then cultivate a growth mindset. And once you identify what trap you tend to fall into, you can start implementing specific exercises to challenge them. So for example, all or nothing thinking, a really great exercise is to replace your words. You start replacing all or nothing words like always, never, or should with words that suggest there is more than one possibility. So those are words like but, or, and. And this is super simple but powerful. It can really help shift your perspective to a more balanced one. If you tend to catastrophize, there's a couple of really great exercises for that. One is reality testing. So this is an exercise you can use a journal for. You can, start doing it in your head, and it's designed to counter catastrophizing by making you question the validity of your negative thoughts. We often just assume our thoughts are true. We need to start really challenging them. So you identify a fear-based thought. So if I make a mistake, I will be fired. And then you ask yourself, what's the evidence that this thought is true? Has it happened in the past? Have any of my colleagues been fired because they've made one mistake? And then what's the evidence that it's not true? And maybe have I kind of confused something that's possible with something that I feel might be certain? It's likely that you'll find your catastrophic thinking or predictions don't hold up when you actually look at the facts. And then another really great tool for all of these patterns, but especially catastrophizing, is to use visualization. So this often, again, is related to worst possible outcome. So by visualizing a positive outcome instead, you can really start to shift and start using your imagination for positive. So you just close your eyes and you imagine that everything is going well. So I've done my presentation, I made a mistake or two, but everyone loved it, my boss was impressed, I didn't get fired, I actually got a promotion. And you really want to try to involve all your senses. So if you're worried about a presentation, envision yourself successfully delivering the presentation, hearing the applause, hearing satisfying words about a job well done from your boss or supervisor. And this really can help reduce the anxiety and help you approach the situation with more confidence. And then a specific exercise for personalization is to depersonalize. So you use a depersonalization exercise. So this is about deliberately trying to shift the perspective of blame or responsibility. So first you identify that situation. So the team lost because I missed the shot. Then you list all the other factors or individuals involved in the situation and their potential contributions to the outcome. So this is a very specific exercise for someone who has this tendency. We're not trying to place blame on others, but this is when I hold all the blame. What can I do about it? This exercise really works. It's by using tools like the thought journal and working to identify your core beliefs and then challenging negative thought patterns that you can begin to shift your thinking towards a more positive and realistic outlook. Thanks for watching, and remember, you have the power to change your thoughts.